You are live.
Hi, Facebook family and friends. I'm T. Hatchett, and this is what
The
your
Rumble
name
in
is.
the Jungle. What your name is?
What your name is? And we are the Hatchett
Hatchett Chronicles.
Chronicles.
What's up, y'all?
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? I'm
Yes,
sleepy today.
I know. Y'all gotta stay hydrated because it's hot, man.
Yeah, I would say what it is, but this is a family show,
So,
so
yeah.
I'm not gonna say it. But
Lydia, what's up?
Hey, Lydia. Let's give all.
Hey, Lydia, I want to see you live, man. You gotta go live. You gotta do your DJ show. Stop being scared. Let's get busy.
We're gonna do our plugs. So since it's not, we're supposed to be on at 8:30. So figure that'll give us time to do all our little plugs. So here's my plugs. My plugs is Lydia said just fine, and you guys. Oh, I'm tired. I had insomnia. I've been up all night, and then I worked all day. So
Big James, what's good, family?
in another world.
What's happening, my brother?
DJ knows. Okay, so
You gonna try? All right. I'll make a deal with you. When you get ready to go and stop being scared, I'll send you 2 exclusive edits that nobody don't have.
hey, cuz, what's up, cuz?
Cuz, what's good with
Where
you,
my
man?
girl at? Where my girl at?
Yeah, where's sis at, man? And tell her I said thank you, man. She been supporting me heavy. I know you too, but she man, she wrote a post last week like, yo, oh, it's time for DJ Get Loose.
So we're gonna do our plugs real quick. So for me, I am small business. If you have a small business and you don't know how to get it started, or you don't know what you're doing, or you can't figure out what's what, you don't know what an EIN number is, or how to get an EIN number, or license, blah blah blah. Call me. That's what I do. I also promote small businesses on social media. My book, The Power of God, is still for sale, $15 and $3 shipping and handling. Just I am me or my husband, or if you have my number, text me. I am working very hard on Life After Ben Needs. I'm working very hard on my husband and I book, From My Rib. He made that name, and I'm trying to keep remembering, but I got it, From My Rib. And my sister Val has an anthology that I have a chapter in.
Oh my goodness, Chaz.
That is called The Corona Chronicles, and that will be out very, very soon. That'll be out sooner than Life After Bent Needs and From My Ring. Also, what else am I doing? Oh my goodness, I'm doing websites. I've been doing websites again because my artists are doing their thing. My independent artist, Del Royale, he just dropped a video, only one, and he has pre-orders for his other song coming out. And my major artist, Sabrina Johnston, she's been giving me songs back to back. She got one song coming out March 4th. I'm sorry, August 4th, called
what is it?
Make Me Feel. Make Me Feel. Sorry, y'all.
That's crazy.
And the other one that's coming out August 10th is called The Flute Song. And that one you can hear my husband, because he DJs on Tuesday night. You can actually hear that song with him because he's got the exclusive rights to it and he's been playing it on his show. What else am I doing? I'm doing so much, and I'm tired. I got insomnia. I didn't sleep last night, so forgive me. I'm kind of all over the place today, but that's what I'm doing. What about you, honey?
First, I'm gonna do Chad. Man, listen, I haven't seen or heard from you in about 13 years.
I know brother. That's right.
Peace and blessings, my brother. I love you, man, and thank you for joining in, man. We got to stay in touch, man. This dude, he learned how to play keyboard. His father taught him how to play keyboard. He drew a keyboard on a piece of cardboard, And that's how he learned how to play.
Wow.
And he plays classical.
Wow. Impressive.
Man, you gotta, me saying it is not even giving it
I
no
can
justice.
understand.
Chad is remarkable.
Tony, tell them, make that bag,
Get that bread. Yo, Chad, we definitely gotta keep in touch, man. After this, after my show today, I'm gonna definitely hit you on your inbox and give you my telephone number so we can exchange, and we need to stay in contact, bro. I miss you, man. I love you, man. Right now I still got the beat tape out. Right now it's still on all stream sites, man. Y'all can go get it on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, any one of those. It's an instrumental album. It's 10 crazy beats. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna love it. And thank you to everybody who has gone out and picked it up and supporting me so far. I'm working with Sabrina Johnson on some stuff, as my wife said. She did half of my plugs, so it's all good. Working on that.
My plugs.
We working on the singles and all of that stuff. Man, we got a lot going on right now.
Makers for beginners is still coming.
I still got the video coming for y'all. For those who want to learn how to make beats, I still got that video coming. I'm gonna do a class and show you how to use a program that I use, and if you stick with me through the whole class, I'll be giving away a sound pack with over 5,000 sounds in it. It's a dope sound pack. What else, man? I'm getting ready to enter a contest, y'all, so I want y'all to rock with me. I'm gonna throw up all the information and all of that stuff, so I'm gonna need everybody's votes. I'm gonna be doing it's not actually a beat battle, but it's gonna be it's a contest to see who comes out with the best beat. So I don't really enter stuff like that, but I'm gonna do it because they got the first prize winner is $5,000 in a pair of studio monitors. So I'm doing that because I could use that. Yeah. So I'm gonna jump on it, man, and I'm gonna go crazy on this beat. I'm gonna do the very best that I can, and when I do it, I'm gonna post it up because it goes by votes. So I'm gonna need everybody's votes. If you got to switch and use your grandmother name, go and vote for me after you use your name. Y'all know how we give it up over here.
That's cheating, baby.
That's not cheating. That's just voting for me. But no, just I'm gonna let y'all know when that's coming up. It's gonna be soon, real soon. I was just reading over all the information last night and all the preliminaries and stuff like that. So there's a few things I have to do before I start. So I'm just in the process of taking care of that right now. But other than that, we got the book coming. What else, man?
My sister.
Oh,
I always
my sister Val,
yeah. She got the Ladies of the Book Club web series. She's got 2 books. The Book Club 1 and the Book Club 2, Carol's Return. Eyes of Your Heart. She has a publishing company, and her daughter has the filming company, Eyes of Your Heart. So it's kind of combined. I'm on the board. And so for publishing needs or filming needs, Generational Word.
Thanks, Chad.
And Eyes of Your Heart. Look her up. Valerie McAllister. She's doing her thing. And Kia Reed is my niece. So look them up. That's about it. Yeah, I think that's enough. We've been doing
Chad, you talking about I'm one of the best to do it. I need you to make me a piece of cardboard so I can play like you. That's a fact. Yo, this dude is, I'm talking, when I say incredible. He is incredible, man.
Can't wait to hear you, Chad.
Yeah, Chad he's dope. He's dope.
Okay, so it's 8:29. So now that we got our plugs out, now it's time to get down to the subject.
To the nitty-gritty.
So, babe, I have a question for you.
I'm not answering no questions.
Yeah. So, oh, you can't put that on here. So
I can put this on.
Your advertising.
It's limited.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be advertising.
So
you're not supposed to do that. That's a no.
They can see the brand. It's my own brand anyway.
Can't get used to this new time. Yeah, I know, Val.
I know, sis. It's all right, but I thank you for coming on, sis.
But 6 weeks. 6 weeks, and we're gonna change it up.
What?
After I finish,
you have to confirm with me first.
Listen to him. Like he thinks he's the boss, right?
Man, this time right here, flip my wig. I didn't even know. And I'm part of Hatchett Chronicles. Ain't that something, y'all?
Anyway, so here's what I gotta ask you, babe. Okay, so like we knew each other for like 5 years. We were friends. We clicked, and then we finally told each other that we liked each other and we were really into each other, and that was all good and well. So I know this is a family show, but I have to be real. I have to put it out there. You could have got it, right? After you found out that that I was into you and you was into me, you could have got it, right?
Yeah, you chased me for like 2 years.
Oh, I chased you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Word.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, whatever. Anyway. Anyway, so you already knew you could get it and everything. So why marriage? Why you asked me to marry you? Because you could have had. Why buy the cow if the milk is free? Why marriage?
Well, first of all,
because that's the subject, y'all. Why marriage?
First of all, I don't drink milk, so I don't need no cow with no lactose. Beat up udders. I'm lactose intolerant. You know what I'm saying? I don't rock with cheese, and I rock with cheese, but I don't rock with the milk and all that. No, but basically at that time in my life, I was tired of pacifiers. And what I mean by that is, let me explain. What I mean by pacifiers is I was dealing with different women for different things at that time. One would be for dating, one would be for the physical aspect, one would be to soothe my mental, one would be to, watch a movie with, or whatever the case may be. And at that time, when we were going through our thing, I was tired of, bouncing around like that. And I just said to myself, I'm going to wait for God to send me the right one. I'm not jumping in the sack with nobody. I don't want to do none of that no more.
But you could have we could have lived together.
I wasn't living with nobody. I wasn't shacking up or none of that. I made it clear in my life that I wanted to follow God's commandment and do what God said. And I wanted what he had for me at that time. So what I needed to do was straighten out myself and my life to get everything together the way I needed it to be so that I could receive the blessings that he had for me. And that's what I did.
Okay, because that's what I wanted to hear, because that's the subject. Why?
And I decided to marry because I know that, God honors marriage. And when you do it the right way and you do it the correct way under his, when you do it under God's roof, there's nothing that can be tainted about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that can be tainted about it. And if you ask God to take care of your marriage, he will, because he honors marriage. So with that being said, I was tired of bouncing around with different women. I just got tired of it. I was even like going back and rocking with women that I knew from some years back that wanted to, hook up with me, and I never did. And I was, found myself calling them after certain times, and I just got tired of it, man. I really just got tired. I got tired.
Okay, so the subject is why marriage? Why marry? Because last week I forget what we were talking about, but it's like, we are always talking about, in a marriage, being in a marriage, and why we chose to marry. Because there are people out there that just feel like, like I just said, why buy the cow if you get the milk for free? Then there are people who get married for just stupid reasons and they're divorced in a week.
Some people get married for convenience.
Exactly. Some
Well,
people get married for convenience.
you know, and what I mean by that is I'll break it down. You know, sometimes it could be a situation, and it may not have to be a man, but it could be the woman, either or. You know, this goes for either or. Sometimes one person has a place to live and the other person just left maybe a relationship and they don't have their own, and they get into this new relationship and they, you know, staying with a family member or something like that, and boom, they meet someone that has their own and all of that. So they, you know, think that the grass is all green and it's all peaches and cream, and they get into a little, you know, relationship with this person, and they take all that stuff and they move in, and then come to find out after a few years. Mm, mm, mm,
And some people marry so they can get some, because
that's another thing too. Some people marry because of lust and they think it's love. They marry out of lust because they may have a very strong sexual connection, and it's not really love, it's lust.
So we believe in marriage, but we believe in marriage for the right reasons. We don't believe in shacking up. We don't believe that you're supposed to marry for any old reason. Because I know, putting myself out there, I know the first 2 times I got married, it was totally for the wrong reasons. And it took me some time to learn that. The first thing I had to do is hone my relationship with God. I had to make that strong. And then I had to sit back and let God lead me and show me what He wanted me to have. So I think that's important. Sorry, Beck had a. Yes, you just scolded me too.
Chris, what's happening, brother?
Hi, Chris. So I really
What did
believe
Chad say?
God bless y'all abundantly.
Yes, he did. And
Yes,
thank
He
you.
did. And that's why I posed the question, why marriage? Because one of the things that we were talking about last week, and we were talking about real men and how real men treat their women like queens. And they don't go out here and cheat and stuff like that. And those are the same men who decide to get married. Because one of the things that I realized that my husband didn't waste no time when he married me. It was very, very, very. Did he need to call? Oh,
Just put it right there.
It was very, very. He said he was into me. He said he was coming to get me on a certain date, and he said God told him he was going to marry me, and that's what he did.
And let me interject, y'all. It wasn't just it just wasn't a fly by night thing where I thought God spoke to me and said, "Look here, fam, you got this hot piece of meat over here, and you're gonna go ahead and link up with it." You did. It wasn't, you know. I prayed about it and I asked God to reveal to me, you know, what it was that I was supposed to have in this relationship. So I talked to God about it, and you know, and He spoke to me and He told me the steps to take. At this point, I didn't use my own tactics. I listened to the Lord, and I didn't come at her with my own. You know, back in the day, we used to call it, I got this rap for you. Let me hit her with this rap, and she gonna love me. You know, quote unquote. I didn't do that.
Although I thought it was.
But I didn't. I did not do that.
He didn't do it, but I thought it was.
I did not do that. And I just was a vessel, and I was giving her what God was giving me. Because like I said, at that time in my life, I wanted something different. I wanted something wholesome. I didn't want to argue in my marriage because I had that before. I didn't want cheating in my marriage because I had that before. I had, you know, some things that definitely went wrong. And I asked God to correct those things, to give me a woman so that I wouldn't have to deal with those things again, because those are the things that kind of sort of wrecked my marriage before. So with that being said, I prayed about this one, and this is where I'm at.
And on the same,
I got a loony bird.
yes, he does. Which is on the same side. On my side, I believe the Bible says that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. So I never believed in praying for a husband, although God taught me that I was supposed to confirm. See, I didn't know how to confirm. With the other two, I didn't confirm. Now with him, as funny as it sounds, I thought his line was, God told me you was going to be my wife. So for me, I thought he was trying to throw a line on me using God. My response was, well, God ain't tell me that. But then he came back at me with, well, all I can do is tell you to pray on it. So I did, which was the first time I really consulted with God on a man. So I prayed on it and I asked God for confirmation, which God gave me confirmation. So to answer why marry is because for several reasons. One, if you are doing it the right way, or if you want to do it the right way and it's from God, then
it'll be blessed.
It will be blessed. And two, grown folks get married.
Right.
And young people play.
Let me. I want to interject on that too. You know what? I want to say marriage may not be for everyone, and at the same time, I see. We have listeners. We got a lot of listeners, and we got a lot of viewers and stuff like that. And when we do our shows, a lot of people comment, and they comment, and they kind of give us kudos about us, the way we are with each other, and our marriage. Y'all so good together, and y'all funny, and y'all look like y'all have a good time. Y'all relationship is great and stuff. We do have our problems. You understand? We do go through things. No.
See? What problems? I'm perfect.
That's a problem like this.
I'm perfect.
Sorry, we went through something, y'all. That was heavy right there. Hold on,
I don't know what he's talking about.
But no, sometimes we do have our ups and downs, but to God be the glory. We don't argue. We don't go through, knock down, drag out fights and stuff like that. That's just something that I will not allow. First of all, I will not allow that. I will not allow myself to even raise my voice. I won't allow that. I'm knowledgeable and I'm mindful about the way I want my marriage to be. So I have to mold that. I have to project it, but I have to mold this marriage like a piece of clay into what I need it to be on my behalf, so that I'll be happy. You understand? And as long as I talk to God first and ask Him for instructions, me being the man of this house and me being the man in this relationship, He's going to give me the right tools to work with.
Number one rule is that the only being in between us is God.
That's right.
And that's what makes us work, because from day one, everything that we did was about God. It wasn't about us. It was about walking the way God would have us to walk. The marriage, I guess the older generation said the courting stage. Every step we went, even before we knew that we were a couple, God knew, because there was things that happened when we were just friends and when we first met that we talk about, and we're like, well, wow, I didn't see that. I didn't see that he was looking at me. He didn't see that I was looking at him, but God didn't want us to see that, because had we had our way, then it wouldn't have went God's way, because we would have probably been doing other things.
We ended up in the sack.
Yeah, we would. It wouldn't have been God's way.
And you know what? It's crazy because we was drinking at that time. we was doing a lot of stuff, man. You know, I mean, not like anything crazy. Not when I say doing a lot of stuff, but I mean, you know, we was drinking, and then we would have had an excuse. Oh, blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah,
You know, I got
definitely.
drunk, and
we just
nah,
let it.
I didn't want none of that. I didn't want none of that. I wanted to know. I wanted to get to know her heart, because you can get to know the mind, but God loves the heart. God knows the heart. So I wanted to know the intentions of the heart. So I didn't want to sleep with her. I didn't want to shack up. I didn't want to do none of that, because I wanted to know what was genuine, and I wanted to feel what was genuine, and I didn't want none of those things, sex and all of that stuff. It was hard. It was hard, but at the same time, you know, I just wanted to follow the God and what He said. So why marry? God is a good reason to marry, and I will say this: when and if you do get married, you definitely need to keep God first in your marriage. You definitely want to do that, and cherish the one you're with. And this old guy, older gentleman, one time told me, and this was like real dope. He said to me, "You want to marry someone that's in love with you." And I was like, "Of course we in love. I mean, you know." He said, "You want to marry someone that's in love with you." And when I really, really processed it, that was a deep, um, that was some deep info he gave me. And that's exactly what I have.
Chad said, just got engaged this past February.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, bro. That's what's up.
And that's what I'm saying. Marriage is about God, number one. And again, we always say this. This is our opinion. We don't have any license in anything. You know, this is just the experience we've been through in our opinion. So my opinion is that why marriage? Because of God.
Mm-hmm.
And if not that, then
look at God. Look at God. Chaz is getting married. He's engaged right now. He's getting married in February. And look at the show that he tuned in on. And I haven't spoke to him in over 12 years.
That's God.
You understand what I'm saying?
Chris said, yes, it is. But at some point, I needed to test out our compatibility, the merchandise.
See, Chris, you know what? I'm going to drop a weight on your foot, sucker. No, but look, you know what? I spoke about that last week when you got to test the merchandise. Like when you go to buy a car, I got to test drive the car and all of that. My thing with that is look, if you're going to marry her, man, leave it to God. Because when it comes time for the physical aspect and all of that, you know, God is going to make that, He's going to make that abundant if you just be obedient. If you are obedient, God will give you. Oh man, listen.
And here's what I say about that: testing out. Trust God. If you believe in God, trust God. Because trust me, Chris, I'll be the first one. Valerie will tell you. I'll be the first one to tell you. Before him, I agree with you. It was about testing out the marriage. I'm not married. That was 50% of a relationship to me. You know, knowing what was going on. Okay. Now, what I will say is, yes, it was a rocky road for me, but God spoke through him to me and made me understand, just because that's what he told me, because I presented the same question to him, you know, what if we're not compatible after we get married, then we stuck, you know? And he said to me, if it's ordained by God, then it would be right. And so it was ordained by God, which made it right. Every day I look at him and I be like, wow, I really love you. Wow, you're so sexy to me. Wow, I can't believe this. And it's more so me praising God, because everything that happened was ordained by God. Like he told me, you know, if we do it right, God is going to bless us. You know, if we take the steps as God would have us to take the step, we'll be all right. God is blessed us, will bless us. And let me tell you, we've had some ups and downs. We've had some financial, but every step of the way, we've been blessed by God. I know that if it was not for God on our side, I don't know where we would be. And I believe it was because we did it the right way.
I do too. I mean, there's nothing else.
And like I said, it wasn't easy because, I had my days. Because for those who knew us, knew that we lived together 4 months before we got married. Those was the longest 4 months of my life because there was nothing but just us. There was no sex involved. But God does have a sense of humor because I spoke on it all the time. I can't wait. My wedding night is on. It's on. I walked in an hour with 102 temperature, and I still had to wait 3 weeks because God put me down in that bed for 3 weeks. So I still had to wait after I got married.
And you know how I look at that? I look at that like God saying, you were so bent on being physical with this man that, I'm just gonna give you more time to think about
more time.
You know what I'm saying? To understand that the physical aspect is not what is going to make you guys
that relationship.
You understand what I'm saying? Because for you to walk down for you to walk down the aisle with 110 temperature, and then after that 102. I mean, and then after that, when we got back to the house, we partied with everybody and all of that, and had a good time, laughing, joked, and all of that. And then you went right to bed, and I was still entertaining, right? Mm-hmm. And you actually was in the bed for
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
And we still hadn't been physical with each other. So I believe that, God will give you what you need, not what you want.
And he will give you the understanding. He'll make you look at what he's trying to teach you. Because that's what he did for me, because I made such a big fuss about it. And the only thing I was focused on was my wedding night. And God wanted me to be focused on something else. Valerie said, "Where is my husband, God?" But Valerie, God is working with you, and we already talked about this.
Look, Chris said he's coming, Val.
He is.
And then what did she say?
But you work on yourself first. Because she said, no cookies for you. But you work on yourself first, because had God not prepared me for him
and me for her, then what we have right now would be null and void.
It wouldn't have been. God worked on each one of us. Like I was saying, when we first met up, we were liking each other and throwing each other hints, but God shielded, blinded, so that we didn't see each other hints. Then we separated, and God worked on the individual person.
And at once or twice, we saw hints from each other, but we didn't really gravitate to it. But I didn't, because I didn't think that I was her type in the first place. So,
I thought he was ignoring me. I thought he wasn't paying me no attention. I was who do he think he is, not looking at it? He don't see all this deliciousness, and he just ignoring it.
That's just why.
That's how I felt.
That's just why when we walked down the aisle, God laid you down for another 3 weeks.
I everybody wants this deliciousness, and he ain't even looking. What's wrong with him? Mom said, "Valerie Robinson, may I love you." Oh, they talking straight mess.
Yeah, straight mess, Chris, for real. But I'm thankful, and I'm humble, and I'm appreciative of what I have, and I know that doing it right and taking the time to do it right, I know God blessed me with something that I've never had before. And I'm telling you, when God bless you with something, you know it's from him. You can get stuff all the time from here, from there, from here, anywhere. But when you get blessed with something by God, you know you're blessed with it from him. And it feels good. And you definitely want to cherish it and take care of it.
And
the best
it's
that you can.
definitely grown folks stuff because, when you're in a grown relationship, the reason why the argument is not there is because we're in a grown relationship. So we got to hold ourselves accountable
Exactly.
for everything, our actions, everything. So I can't wake up and something be wrong with me and I'll be like, nothing. I can't be that brat, He can't be that brat. We have to talk about stuff. We got to understand each other. We got to work together. We can't let the pettiness. Mom told us one time, and I remember this because God was even in it when we were going through. We were going through a financial difficulty. And the first thing Mom said to us is, don't let that pull y'all apart. Remember she said that to us?
Yeah.
And that kind of because, you don't think about that when you're going through some things. Financial causes divorces sometimes.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
and
does.
just for God to lay that on her heart to tell us, every time we were going, because at that time we were like in each other's face and we were going through financial, and I think we both was aggravating each other, not because of each other, but because of the situation. And when she said that, that gave us that put that little bug in our ear for us to draw back and say, yeah, we got to look at that, because even though we wasn't saying it to each other, it was that elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room, and it was frustrating. It was definitely frustrating. So, yeah. So what?
Valerie said, "I know. I'm just kidding. Sometimes you think you want something now, and then God will ask you, are you really ready? Do you really want this? What is it that you really need?"
And you know something, sis, you're right, and I'm glad you said that because a lot of times we'll pray and we'll pray and we'll pray and we'll ask God for something. But here's the thing: when you pray and ask God for something, you have to be ready to endure what it is that He's going to give you, and what you have to. Well,
you're responsible enough to take it.
Responsible enough to take it, but are you willing to endure what you have to do to receive it? That's the thing. Because, man, listen, you could say, well, God, look, I love this dude, he's awesome, or I love this woman, she's awesome. God, just give her to me, give him to me, and it's gonna be. And he say, okay, that's what you want. So she's 17 blocks away, or he's 17 blocks away. So you think when he says, okay, you're gonna run 17 blocks and everything is gonna be peaches and cream? That's not the case. When you get 6 blocks away, there's going to be a barrier. There's going to be something for you to deal with. And can you deal with that thing 6 blocks away in order to sustain, to keep your mind focused on the rest of those blocks to get
your goal,
to get to your goal? You might get to the 12th block and say, man, look, I don't want to do this no more because this is crazy. I don't want 12 blocks. I only got a few more to go. And I keep going through stuff. I've been going through stuff all the way up. That's not it. If you don't keep your eye on the goal and deal with what's in front of you, and these are just some tasks that he'll give you, because you have to be careful what you ask for. Because and Satan will give you what you ask for too. Everything ain't always from God.
That's why you got to confirm it.
And you got to be careful, because sometimes you'll think it's from God, and that's really not the case, because this spiritual warfare is for real. It's for real.
Yes, it is.
It's for real.
And you definitely got to be prepared. You got to know yourself and be prepared.
Crunch, what's up, my brother? James Rodman.
But what about the men who live with the woman and just don't feel like marriage is, marriage, it's just a piece of paper. What about the people who say marriage is a piece of paper? Just a piece of paper.
And that's exactly what you're going to have in a marriage. You'll have a piece of paper. You'll have what it is whatever you want. You have if that's what you value your marriage to be, a piece of paper, that's exactly what your marriage will be. Because the thing is you have to put more value on your marriage and put more value in your thought and more value into all of these things excuse my wife for a minute to keep it a bill with y'all. We love y'all, but we ordered dinner and it's here, and she ain't cooking tonight, so she got to go get it. So that's what it is. Um, Check this out. A quick plug. James Rodman. That's one of my guys from 12, 13 years, man. He got a book out, My Butterfly. James, man, I know I tell you this all the time. I got a lot of stuff to remember, but please type it in the comments so that they know where to go get your book at, man. I definitely want to support you, and I want the people to support you. So I need y'all to go out and support my brother James Rodman, man. He's got the book. It's called My Butterfly, and he's going to put it in the comments where you could go get the book. And I think it's a great read. And it's so easy to say that the way. I cannot read that without my glasses. Uh, she just left me for dead in here, y'all, by myself. So anyway, I'm um yeah, support my brother James, man. And okay, he put it in the comments right there. Y'all can read author James Rodman.com, I think that is. I really can't see it from here, but I think that's what it is. But y'all need to go pick up the book, man. It's really it's a great read, and I bless up, brother. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Tonight's subject is not as heavy as the usual subjects that we do, but we just kind of felt like touching on marriage tonight because every time we come on and the way that we interact with one another, a lot of people always give us a lot of comments and say, "You guys have a great marriage. You guys look good together. You guys are funny. I like the way I like what I see and stuff like that." And I just want to let people know that you know everything is not peaches and cream all the time. It's not that way all the time. And we don't, we definitely don't see eye to eye on things all the time the same. But the most important thing is to just communicate and talk and find out what the problem is. And I appreciate my wife. I love my wife, and I don't raise my voice, and I talk to her, and she talks to me. So I think that communication is the key, and that's the best understanding that you could have in a marriage. And some marriages for some people, marriage is not for everybody. But I would suggest, I mean, just personally, I would say that if you are going to get married, I suggest that you do it by the way God would have you do it. And with that being said, she's back and she left me alone by myself.
I'm sorry, you did a good job, I'm sure.
Yeah, whatever.
What Mom said. It is so easy to say the cliches, but when God put together a relationship together, you better be ready to work at it because marriage is work. You're ready for the here and now, but what if your spouse gets sick or you, man or woman, enough to continue to put your best work? And that's about being grown.
Let me tell you something. I just want to say this, and I wanna not to get too deep and not to go too far, but Mom, thank you for saying that, and I need to commend you on something. Everybody that's in the feed, if nobody knows, James, Sandra Bowles, that's my mom, and Chad, that's my mom. Anybody that's in the feed that doesn't know that, Sandra Bowles, that's my mom, and she's also
and I'm her favorite.
A producer of our show. She's also one of the producers of the show,
and I'm
of the Hatchett Chronicles. If you don't, but I want to say, I just want to say this. I want to commend my mom on something, and we say give them the flowers before they're gone and stuff like this. Mom, I don't know if I ever told you, but the job you did with Pop, I commend you. But you know something? Just let me say this. You're the strongest woman that I've ever known in my life. My wife is very strong, but you are the strongest woman that I've ever known. And I draw my strength from you because through our life, with 7 of us and all the things that we dealt with and stuff like that coming up, you've always had a way of persevering over these things, right? So with that being said, when you and Pop got married, when Pop started falling ill and it went to the point where he lost his legs and his eyesight and all of those things, Mom, you stayed by his side like the number 11, right? Never, I mean, you might have had your days and, things of that nature, but anytime I saw you, it was always the same way. You took care of Pop. You made sure he was good. Every movement you were there. Every step of the way you was there. Everything was just always, on point. And I just want to commend you on that. And I want to say thank you for being an example in my marriage because I draw strength from those things. And I look at that. And that's the way that I want to be in my marriage with my wife. I want to be that strong to be able to deal with, whatever trials and tribulations go on. I mean, with the help of Jesus Christ, too, without a doubt, I cannot leave Jesus out. But I mean, here in the flesh realm, in the flesh realm, you.
That's why I said that Jesus was in, God was in God was even in that when it came to his mom and when it came to us. God was when I say God was with us every step of the way, because even in that's why I told him that I need to talk to your mom. And because she didn't know me, and I understood exactly from the first day that I met her, I understood her questions. I understood where she was coming from.
And
from day one.
I want to jump in with that. I know Mom was thinking, boy, this dude moving faster than lightning. Take your time, Frankie, she said to me a few times and stuff like that. And then too, as men, we got an ego too, and I was like, man, come on, Mom, you wild. Like, I know what I want. I know what I'm doing. I'm 45 years old now. I'm 59 years old now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking, not that I know it all, but sometimes we think we got a handle on things. But the actual part of it was I had no idea and no clue on what their conversation was supposed to be. I just had it in my mind that since nobody knew her and I had never talked about her and never introduced her to anyone, and I had been knowing her for 6 years at that time, 5 years at that time, and all of a sudden it's like, who is she? What? You getting what? Boy, is you? And my brothers and sisters was like, huh? Like, what?
Same thing happened on my side.
But
Tony,
at the end of the
Val.
day, right. But at the end of the day, I can say when she went and sat down with my mom, it was like Grant's tomb was lifted off of my shoulders, because my only thing is I just wanted my mom and my wife to get along. And I just wanted my mom to know that, I had a woman that was for my heart and not for anything that I had, or not for anything that I was gaining, or anything that I had set out to achieve, that she wasn't there to block that or intercept any gain, whether it be financial or whatever, that she wasn't there to block that or receive that and take it and run with it. You know what I mean? And I'm just glad that it went the way it went. And we got to go back for a minute because.
And again, that's grown people, because had I been younger, it would have been like, well, your mom don't know me. It would have been that. But I was grown, and I wasn't looking at it as us in a relationship. I was looking at it as I'm a mother. I have a son.
Right.
And I asked him a couple of questions. And the answers that he gave me, I was like, I understand where your mother's coming from. And I need to talk to her. Because that's the same thing I would have felt about my son. And when I spoke with her, that's what I said to her. I wasn't going there to tell her, oh, I love your son. I'm in love with. I was going there to say, hey, I respect you because I know as a mother, I would have felt the same way. I do feel the same way about my son.
Right.
So that's the difference in grown folks and when you're dealing with kids.
And that was a part of the conversation that I had no clue about, because I thought the conversation would be about what she just said. Well, I love him, and my mom had some harsh questions because, well, if y'all don't know, I'm at this point in my life, I'm disabled, so I have some things. But my mom asked her, "What do you want with a disabled man?" You understand what I'm saying? That's a hard question to ask, and she answered that question without a waver, without a flinch, without a hesitation or anything. I don't know what everything. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't say I don't know what they talked about, but I don't know everything that they talked about, because when she asked to speak, when her and mom decided to talk, she asked me to leave the house. So I left. I went outside. I hopped up in my truck. I turned the music on and kicked back. And she called me on the phone when her and mom got finished talking. So she explained some of the stuff to me, because we had a long ride back to Virginia. And she told me some of the stuff, but she didn't tell me everything. And I'm not going to ask her, because, certain things that was between her and my mom. That was between her and mom. So, kudos to that. But I'm just, I'm just glad
that was God.
Yes, it was.
That
was go up, because
okay. So Valerie said,
wait. Before Val, I was saluting my brother James.
Okay, yeah, he's the one with the book, and his email is Arthur.
No, this is where you go to get the book.
Oh, this is where you go to get the book. ArthurJamesRodman.com. Y'all can see it in the feed. Valerie said, marriage is work. I've learned that marriage and commitment is a decision. You make a choice to love someone, flaws and all. You decide to cherish, respect, and honor that person. You make a decision to compromise and oftentimes put their needs before yours. It's not easy to make a selfless choice. Many people now make commitment an option. Exactly. And that's why marriages don't work out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
James said, amen, Mom Dukes. James said, good man, Frank Love. Tony said, I emphasize that to my queen constantly, that communication is the key, whether good, bad, or ugly, because if she's not good, I'm not good.
That's a fact.
Exactly. Mom said, thank you both. To God be all the
glory.
All the glory. He was also a blessing to me as well. That because my marriage was God ordained. Exactly.
Thank you, Jesus.
Hey, Vera. Vera said, Mom, don't play. Sandra Bowles will ask you questions. Yes, she will. Rob said, what's good, brother?
Rob, what's happening, bro? 2020. Yo, salute on your business, man, on the things that you're doing. I see you. I see you out there, man. Congratulations. I think I just saw, I don't know if it's a podcast or what you're doing, but I think day before yesterday, I caught a brief moment of it, and I listened in for a minute. But salute you, bro, and whatever I could do to help you, holler at me, man. You know I love you, bro, and salute, man. I'm happy for you.
Mom, don't play, but that's any Vera. You know you got sons. That's any mother when it comes to their sons. You know our sons can get on our nerves, but they still our babies, just like the rest of our kids. And so, yeah, we gonna ask because we don't want to see them hurt, and we don't want to see them constantly. Because men, I feel like men get a bad rep, So I expected exactly what she gave me. Mom said, hey, sweetie, love you. Kia, hi, Nisi. Pray for me that I may have a God-ordained marriage to a purpose partner that will work with me to build legacy and glorify God.
You will.
If that's what you want, then that's what you will have.
And you talk to God about it, and He'll give it to you.
And don't waver.
And don't waver. And then, too, when you do pray for it and ask Him for it, you have to ask for confirmation. And what I've been taught is when you ask for confirmation, don't ask for confirmation out loud.
That's right. We don't want to see them hurt. That's what Vera said.
That's the truth.
And Valley said, I am so thankful to God for this union. Y'all may not understand, but this marriage is proof of the glory of God. Yes, it is.
Thank you,
our marriage is, because that's my sister. She know me. And yes, I got some craziness going on with me.
I know you too.
Yeah, I got some craziness going on with me. But I tell you what, I never believed in praying for a man, but God gave me exactly what I needed and my heart's desire without me even asking him.
And the same with me.
So
the same with me.
I'm a testimony. I just said that to someone the other day, this is my happiness. God gave me this is my gift from God right there. And he didn't just, and we talked about this before, God gave me a box. And in that big box wasn't just one gift. It was a box of a lot of gifts. He was one of my gifts, and then Frankie, Dee Dee, Sean was my other gifts. My grandbabies was my other gift, and my mom. My mother-in-law, that's why I said I'm her favorite. In case I didn't say that, I'm her favorite.
That's like the 90th time this show.
Did y'all hear me? I'm her favorite. But, my mom passed away when I was 19. And there was a void that was never, ever filled. And this is my third marriage, but my first real marriage. And nothing for nothing, for the first time with this marriage, I feel a mom's love. And hear me when I say a mom's love, not a stepmom or what do you call it, a mother-in-law love. Right. I feel a mom's love. And I haven't had that since I was 19 when my mother passed away. So when God gave me him as a gift, he put a lot of other gifts in. Even Vera. Vera is my husband's first wife, and she has 2 sons by him. God, when he does things, he does it big. Mm-hmm. He does it big. Mm-hmm. And I said this one time when I forget whose birthday it was. It was Frankie's or somebody's birthday. I had put something on there, and I said, thank you to Vera for sharing, mm-hmm. because it counts. It really does. Mm-hmm. And so God didn't just give me, just one present in a big box. He gave me a big box with a lot of present gifts in it. And I glorify him and I thank him for that every day.
And he gave me the same box. He gave me the same box. We got to go up. I got a bunch of presents in my box too, and I'm ever so thankful. And I thank and praise God for that.
Valerie said, I love my bro. His spirit is with God. My sister's growth in God is amazing to me. They are my example of Black love. Mom said at Kia, you pray and keep people out of your business.
That's important.
That is so important. Oh my God, that's so important.
Thank you, Mom, for saying that.
Yes.
Listen, you definitely need to keep people out of your business, because as long as people from the outside give you information, what's inside your home is never going to be what it's supposed to be. And if you pissed off and you hop in your ride and you go cool out with your man and them, and you telling them what's going on in your home with your wife, 9 times out of 10, 4 of those dudes that you rocking with don't have a wife. And if they got a girlfriend, they may be going through problems. I'm not saying that that's always the case, but how can someone that's not married give you ammunition on what your marriage is?
Yeah.
You understand? No, not even advice. I'm saying ammunition, because they have no clue on what a marriage is supposed to be. And what it is they're giving you ammunition to leave.
Mm-hmm. So
they're giving me ammunition to fight.
They can move it.
A lot of times that's it too. Because when you go and you talk to your dudes and you start, talking about what goes on in your bedroom and all of that type of stuff, and people do that. That's why you keep your business of your marriage in your bedroom with your wife and God. And Amen. That's it. You don't.
Amen.
I'm talking about your mom, your sisters, your brothers, your kids, the ants. If you got roaches, if you got spiders, make sure ain't none of them in the room when you're dealing what you need to deal with your wife. Just you, your wife, and God. And before you start yelling at her or she start yelling at you, y'all need to grab hands and ask God to help you deal with whatever this crisis is, whatever the problem is. You grab her hand and say, look, I'm not going to argue with you. We're going to pray together right now. In the name of Jesus, this is what we're going to do. And then once you finish praying, you look at her and she looks at you, and then y'all talk about it. You tell her what you feel about it. She tells you what she feels, and you come to an agreement. And if you need to say you sorry, brothers, I'm speaking to the men right now. If you need to say you sorry, don't, your chest ain't puffed out too big to say, baby, I'm sorry.
Or I was wrong.
Or I was wrong. Exactly. Because that means a lot. If you got to cry, go ahead and cry. It's all right to cry.
Big grown folks. Barney said, salute, family.
Barney, what's good, my bro?
Vera said, yes, he does. God is good. Amen. Mom said, Terry, in my Ice Cube voice, right? Because I'm my favorite. Mom said, get ready for Bible study. Love y'all. Hope to see y'all there. Love you. Yep, we'll be there because it's been an hour. We get ready to get off.
Cousin Steve, what's good, my bro?
He said it helps.
Right. So, I just think that you be mindful of what you're doing with your spouse, and just pray. And I think that God will definitely bring you through what you need to go through, whatever storm you need to weather, whatever problem you have. And I'm talking, pray together, man. A family that prays together stays together. And that is the truth. That is the truth.
Amen.
That is the truth. And God will show you that again and again and again and again. So, just as men, sometimes we need to humble ourselves. I mean, we think we these big silverback gorillas, and you know what I mean? These Kodiak bears, and y'all look those up. Those are the biggest species of that species. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Kodiak bears and silverback gorillas and all of that stuff. And the testosterone is, could fill a mountainside and all of that. But at the end of the day, we have feelings too, and you don't have to be afraid to get in touch with your I don't want to say feminine side, but
sensitive.
You get in touch with your sensitive
side. Right. There's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, men get a bad rap because on one hand, society tells men be tough, don't cry, don't do this, don't be emotional. But yet and still, then they go, oh, he's not emotional enough. He don't do this. So which do you want? So it's okay for men to show their sensitive side. Valerie said, I pray that God sends my daughter Kia a mate soon. She has been steadfast. I'll wait. LOL for mine. Steve said, true. We have to get in touch with our sensitive. Chris said, facts.
That's the truth. And as long as we do that, then we'll be able to move past it, move past a lot of obstacles, man. We'll definitely be able to move past some obstacles. And, and two, I'm gonna just say this from my point of view, you'll be better off learning because it teaches you how to better communicate with a woman. If you be truthful and get in touch with your sensitive side, to get in touch with who you really are. And you tell her how you really feel. If it makes you feel a certain way, you get in touch with that and you let her know. And I think that will help your understanding of a woman increase immensely.
And love and God and love overcome everything. That's the way I feel about it.
That's a fact.
It overcomes everything. If you got God, the only one in between is God, and you got love. That's why marriage.
Steve says sometimes it doesn't matter how much of a rock you are.
We
are.
We can still come.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
It's okay for a man, and that's what I'm saying. Men get they supposed to be all strong, but they got feelings. They human.
That's a fact.
So they get tired too. They get weak sometimes too. And it's okay. And it's up to us as their mate to say it's okay. Because where you're weak, I'm strong. It's okay for you to feel this way today. It's okay for you to be sensitive.
Val, Steve, that's Stephen Guy. That's my cousin. And Val says, Steve, what?
Val said, Steve, God, there is nothing wrong with being human.
That's right.
And he said, true.
So listen, y'all. We got Bible study.
And we gotta go. I enjoyed the show. Thank you for the support. Next week is from our producer, Sin on Sin.
Ooh, that's gonna be deep next week.
Y'all gotta be here for that one.
Please tune in next week because it's gonna be a.
Yeah, is it all right to use sin?
To justify sin.
To justify sin. Sin on sin.
That's crazy.
Shout outs real quick. My book, The Power of God, still available. $15, $3 shipping and handling. Life After Bent Knees and For My Rib coming soon. My sister's anthology, Corona Chronicles. My sister Val, the one that's on, the one that's talking about I'm praying for a man. She got Ladies of the Book Club, web series, the Book Club 1, the Book Club 2, Carol's Return. My niece Kia, the other one that's Steadfast, she's got Eyes of Your Heart, film production company. My sister Valerie has the publishing company, Generational Words. Look out for them. They're doing big things. I
got
my artist, Sabrina Johnson, major artist, got a couple songs coming out August 4th and August 10th.
Right.
My independent artist, only one video on YouTube, Del Royale, and got another one get ready to drop soon.
Only one you can go on all stream sites and pick that up. And the single is crazy. Steve, my cousin Steve, got a couple of joints that's out right now. Steve, please forgive me. I don't remember the names right now, but I'm plugging you. And if you can write real quick what the link will be on YouTube. So whoever's in the feed could check out the link and go on YouTube and see so they can check out your songs and stuff, man. Steve, I really apologize that I don't remember the names. But there's so much on my plate.
If you go up, I was trying to go up, but I can't get to it. Go up James Rodman. He's got a book. Go up the feed and get the address and get his book.
It's authorjamesrodman.com, I think it is.
He don't know.
I think, but I'm trying to plug.
Go up the feed and look.
You can go up the feed and look, and the name of the book is My Butterfly. That's my man. Please pick his book up, Vera. If you got a plug, put it in your feed.
Yeah,
stuff Vera, that you're doing.
Val, Vera is Gio's first wife, and she's Frankie. She's Frankie's mother. So she writes too, Val, and she's got a book out. So Vera, put your plug in your feed.
In the feed. So everybody put their plugs in the feed and all of that.
Love you too.
Love y'all. We got Bible study, and
thanks,
we
Vera.
Thank y'all for checking in with us. If you have any topics that you want to give us, leave it in the feed or inbox me, inbox my wife. We'll definitely get to your topic. Text us, whatever. Any way you know how to get in touch with us, get in touch with us. And I want to say, too, that we are streaming on YouTube right now as we speak. So like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube so you can grab the video and know that the notification is to let you know when we have new content coming out. So like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell on YouTube.
And on Facebook, share and like.
And we thank y'all, and we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate all the support. Man, we do this because of y'all. You know, we thank God for giving my wife the idea to do it. And with that being said, We are the Hatchett Chronicles, and we
are out. Peace.
See y'all next week, man. Appreciate y'all.
Next week.